I know a good bit about the American side of the history of American tattooing. Well, basically, like Thomas Edison designed the electric writing pen, and then from that, various artists took that design and started building tattoo machines.
See how it just goes up and down? It's like a sewing machine. Very shallow, like a little tiny bit, like this, the couple first layers of your skin, there's 7 layers. You're tattooing 2 and 3, the second and third layers. Very superficial, but it's amazing that it holds in the skin. You have this stuff in your skin, microflange, it surrounds it as though it's something invading your body and protects the rest of the skin around it, so that's why it actually holds lines correctly.
Various artists took that design and started building tattoo machines. One of which was Taz Thomas, which now everybody knows Sailor Jerry, as far as like a clothing company or the rum. Well, Taz Thomas was Sailor Jerry's mentor, and he kind of helped develop and design one of the first tattoo machines, along with Charlie Wagner. This was back in, the 20s.
Graffiti.
Graffiti?
Graffiti and cleaning my act up pretty much is what got me into tattooing.
Oh yeah? Very cool.
And old friends.
I was an artist before, a tattoo artist, and just got into it from a friend, you know what I mean, and took it from there.
I've been involved with artwork pretty much my whole life. And when I was in school, I was thinking about doing commercial art for a while and things like that, and just none of that stuff never really fit me. It was a little too constrictive.
Yeah.
And I got a couple tattoos, and once I got them done, it was a bug.
I was playing in a band. I was probably 19, and I had to have a tattoo. You can't be in a band without having a tattoo, so I went and got tattooed, and just really kind of clicked with the artist. We became friends, and I hung out at the shop a lot, and so on. And I was up there one day, and we were talking. I'd talked to him many times before about how I thought it was kind of easy and stuff like that. And one day he was just like, "Well, here's a machine. Do this little Japanese kanji, on a friend of mine." So I did it, and it was pretty bad, but it wasn't like horrible. It wasn't the worst thing that anybody's ever done. And at that point, he had talked to the owner of the shop, and I was given an apprenticeship for a hefty fee, which at the time I didn't have the money. And it's one of those things, if you want it bad enough, you make it happen for yourself. So the next day I sold my car and got the money and started my apprenticeship. The apprenticeship was 3 years, $7,000, and after that I started tattooing. My first official day as a tattoo artist was January 1st of 1998. So I've been tattooing 10 years and 3 months and 30 days now. I am the manager of the studio. I pretty much come in about 1 o'clock in the afternoon and stay until the last person comes in. If I'm here, the hours on the door say, 11 to 9 during the week, and then 11 to 10 on Friday and Saturday. If people are walking in the door at 9:45, and if I'm stuck late doing a tattoo and people come in, we do it. You asked me where I felt my future was going with tattooing. With the way that was done in the past, I really think it should still be that way, and unfortunately it's not, especially with TV shows like Inked and Miami Ink and LA Ink and stuff like that. I've got friends that work on 2 of those shows, and we give them a hard time, but whatever. They're doing what they want to do and have a good time. 2 of the guys are really, really amazing artists, but I just don't really care for how mainstream it's become, because like anything else, when something becomes a fad and it becomes mainstream, and it usually dies off just as quick as it blew up. And tattooing has always had a history of ups and downs. It'll be super, super strong for 10, 20 years, and then it dies off, and it'll be dead for 10, a good 5 to 10, and then it picks back up. Right now, tattooing has been going very strong since the very early 80s, late 70s, early 80s, you know. So right now I'm kind of in the position where I'm waiting on, I feel like we're at the peak of the mountain, you know, and any day it's just going to start its downward slope, you know. So I think the TV shows and things are really going to help make that happen faster, you know, than anything, you know, because right now everybody thinks, oh, you know, this person got a tattoo and it was on TV and it was really cool, let's go get it, you know. The next generation that comes up, it's just going to be like, oh, well, that was so, you know, 2008 or whatever. I don't care anymore. You know, I see it every day when I go places. I mean, I'm heavily tattooed. You know, I've been standing in line at a post office and had some lady just like, you know, clutch her bag thinking I'm going to steal something. You know, it's like, whatever.
If I was rich, I'd do this for free.
You and me both, brother.
Yeah. Well, it's not like it used to be, you know what I mean? There's a broad span of artists in the world now. Pretty much anything can be done. It's not limited to certain things.